Hey there, welcome back to the CPRS video series. So this particular video is going to be showing you how to interpret the medications both as an incoming patient and what they've been on while they've been here. So as an incoming patient, you want to know what their outpatient regimen is. The easiest way to do that is go to this meds tab, and then outpatient medication should be on the top if they're listed as outpatient, or on the bottom if they're listed as inpatient. And this tells you what medications they're coming in on. So she's taking 0.13 tablets of trazodone, imaginary person, imaginary dose, FYI, every hour. It's a very tedious trazodone regimen that she's on, if you couldn't tell. So 0.13 tablets every hour, and so you look to see what's active, which means that they've actually been prescribed it and they're theoretically taking it. And you can confirm that mostly through last filled. So if it was last filled within the 3 months and it was a 90-day prescription, then they're clearly taking it. This gal got 5 days worth of trazodone on August 23rd, and I'll tell you we're more than 5 days away, so she's probably not taking this ridiculous trazodone dose. If it says held or hold, then it means that either they're taking it and they don't need another prescription sent, or they've been told to hold it by provider. So that's very important to clear up. Expired means it wasn't renewed, basically. The prescription ran out and then not renewed. And then discontinued means it was intentionally done by a provider. That could be dose changes. That could be a different medication. And so those are the main tabs that you need to worry about. And then obviously always do a med rec with the patient, because what can be really important to make sure you catch is something like this. Let me see if I can find an easy one. So this one says 1 or 2 tablets. This one says 1 capsule. Let's go back to this 0.13 dose. So this says take 0.13 tablets by mouth. That's like 8 tablets to 8. That's like 8 doses to a tablet. So remember that instead of taking 50 milligrams every hour, she's actually taking 1/8 of 50 milligrams. And that'd be really important when you transfer medications from inpatient to outpatient to keep in mind, because it says half a tablet or full tablet or a quarter tablet, and you have to look out for those, because that actually really does impact the dose at which they're taking at home versus what you'll give them inpatient. So now, what medications are they taking in the hospital? So the way that I like to do this, I actually like to go to this reports tab, and I'll go to this med admin history log, and your date range should be the last 7 days, and usually it's set up so that the default should be okay and you don't need to change it. But if you need to change it, go to the date range, and then you can click the begin and end date. This is not one of those that you can save the default, so you need to change it whenever you want to, and it'll go back to the default, which is the last 7 days, which is actually perfectly fine. But let me show you how to use this tab. So this fake patient has a lot of data between 03/24, the year 2000, and 03/29, the year 2000. And let me show you what it does. So what it'll do is it'll pop up, and you've seen this tab in Epic. This is the same tab that Epic has. Is it'll show you the scheduled medications on the top, and then the PRNs and the one-time doses down below. So as you can see, this is a PRN, and the one-time doses are listed down here when they're ordered. And it'll tell you whether it was given and what happened with that. So this PRN dose was given at this time and headache relieved. The cool thing about this is that it tells you the schedule, which is here, the admin time's there, and it'll tell you the time in which it was given. So this was given, G, at 10:17 on 3/24, the year 2000. This one was given, insulin regular, at 9 o'clock, 56 minutes. And then the other thing is what usually is listed here is even the nurse's initials that gave it. And so the last thing to look at is at the very bottom, you'll see the status codes, and this is what those letters mean. So C is completed, G is given, and you can clearly read the rest. The last quick thing I want to show you is actually in this labs tab here. So labs, go to graph, and what it does is it lists off 3 different categories: lab tests, inpatient medications, and outpatient medications. And what you'll also see is BCMA. BCMA stands for Barcode Medication Administration. That's the scanning device that they've got. So the great part about this is that you can sort by medications, outpatient and inpatient, and see what doses and what medications they've been on, and it puts it in a graphic form, which is really nice to use. So let's look at Tylenol here. So she got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 separate prescriptions for 325 milligram tablets through the year 1999 to the year 2004. And if you just leave your mouse over top, it will highlight exactly what that prescription was. And if you want more details, you can double click it with the left clicker. And there you can see are the more tablets there. Or, I'm sorry, there's the more details there. You can see that there was a different prescription for Tylenol at 500 milligram capsules that was written here and here. And the cool part about this is what you can do is you can hold either the control button or the shift button, and you can create these graphs where you can have graphs where you'll see changing doses of medications, changing antibiotics if you would have selected antibiotics on this side. And you can also make them one graph where you can see that this is Tylenol 325, that's Tylenol 500, this is Tylenol 325. And so you can do this for both outpatient and inpatient medications. And the great part is this is every medication that have ever been on at this local VA system. Okay, I hope that this makes your life a little bit easier when it comes to medications and sorting out whether a patient is actually taking medications and what medications they've gotten in the past and what medications they're currently on. Thank you.